Hi there, welcome back to Save with Crypto. My name is Save with Crypto. This is my website. It's called Save with Crypto. It says here, very importantly, it's .org, not .com. So it's savewithcrypto.org, not .com. Okay. Now I've got various articles and stuff like that on this website. One of them here it's called "Why is Gary Stevenson Anti-Crypto?" and it's got this video here that I made a month or so ago. And I kind of discuss Gary's views on things, and then I actually used ChatGPT to sort of compare Gary Stevenson with other traders and stuff. And it was interesting, Now, none of this was actually meant to be sort of anti-Gary. It was just sort of saying, why is Gary Stevenson anti-crypto? But I must admit, as I did research it, I actually thought, I'm not actually sure about a lot of the things he says. It got me a little bit annoyed the other day because I went to a meeting, a kind of local meeting. It was to do with building the community in the area that I live, and there was somebody there who was talking about Gary Stevenson as if he was some kind of economic messiah. And I actually thought, yeah, you've been brainwashed just by seeing so many Gary Stevenson YouTube shorts, TikToks and whatever. And I've kind of had my suspicion that, well, for a start, he talks about being a trader. That's how he got famous. I don't think he actually hardly traded at all, to be honest. But that's what I think. I might be wrong. I'm certainly not claiming to be more knowledgeable than Gary. I'm certainly not, because he's been to school and, got the qualifications and all that, and I haven't. However, I do like Eric Krown. Now, Eric Krown, I don't think he's educated particularly in economics. But the thing about Eric Krown is he has been a trader. He's worked for the New York Stock Exchange, not actually in New York, but in San Francisco. And he's been very involved with trading and economics like all his life, not just crypto, but stocks as well. And I actually think he's very clever, very knowledgeable. So it was interesting that on Sunday he had a question from a viewer asking him about Gary Stevenson's book. And I really like his answer. Now, I'm not saying this is right or wrong. It's just I was interested to hear what he had to say. But I'll just play it to and let you see what you think.
Mike says, I started listening to this book and it's a fucking movie. I've heard you say you normally don't like trading books, but I reckon you would love, this is Gary Economics. Yeah, I've seen this guy making the podcast rounds recently. I understand he's like some sort of pseudo-socialist, communist type guy. Rich people bad, bankers bad, blah, 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 blah. Just the same, very tired tropes that I've seen many times, but I haven't done too much look into him. I don't think he's a freedom fighter from the small snippets that I've seen. I look at him as just a very, very naive person who I don't think he's dumb. I think he's naive and has very little real world experience, because just the things that he says are so fucking, it's like you can't, that's what you think if you've just gone to college and taken all of these courses and you're told by all these people who have never done anything in the real world ever about how the world works. And then you think you know how the world works. And then of course, it doesn't actually work like that. To me, it's very, very annoying to listen to, because I just disagree with almost everything that comes out of his mouth, to be honest. And it's very concerning that people even follow him to begin with. But I get it. I get why they follow him. If you are in a disadvantaged place, if you are maybe not in a disadvantaged place, if you're just in a lower rung of society, you're going to look at someone like this who's telling you that, hey, it's not your fault, it's everyone else's fault, as, oh, great, this feels really good. This feels really, really good. He's right. It isn't my fault. It's their fault. It's rigged. I fucking hate these guys. Yeah, we should get them. Look, this guy doesn't love poor people. He hates rich people is what he hates. I think it's totally fake, man. I think it's totally fucking fake, to be honest.
Now, the reason the viewer, Mike, was asking the question was because he was suggesting that maybe like Eric and Gary could do a podcast together. Eric wasn't interested at all. And if you want to see why, you can watch Eric's video here. I'll link to it in the top corner. He concluded by saying this.
But yeah, man, look, if you like him and you like what he says, hey, more power to you. Like I said, I'm not here to change no one's mind. But I would say be careful with that. It's a very dangerous ideology, and I don't see much good coming out of it, to be honest.
And yeah, I do agree with Eric. Consequently, you're not going to find a link to the trading game in the description down below. Also, because of Eric's language, it means I've had to turn the advertising off on this video. So I'd really appreciate it if you could help me out a little bit by giving the video a big fat like. And before I go, let's take a look at Bitcoin. Honestly, today I don't really know what's going to happen. Everything seems so incredibly news driven at the moment that I think we're just waiting on news, really. So this is Bitcoin on the 4-hour time frame. These orange lines, these are levels that I got from watching a video by BlockPro. BlockPro is from Crypto Saving Expert. He's a very knowledgeable trader, and he was looking at these levels as levels of interest where Bitcoin might do something. And I was initially thinking about taking a short from this level here, 102.805, but we did clearly sort of smash right through it. From here, as I see it, it could easily go up to this one here at 108.840, or it could come back down to this one, either smash through it and come down here to 98.111, which I think is more likely, or it could bounce off here and then go back up. Honestly, it could do anything. Now, there are a few things that have helped in the meantime. One of them is the indicator that I've been talking about a lot recently. That's this quad rotation stochastic. This is a free indicator. This is a momentum oscillator indicator. And here on the 4-hour time frame, what's interesting here is this green background we got here. Now, that green background doesn't happen often. The last time it happened was way back here on April the 7th, I think, when the price was, pretty low. Obviously, if you'd taken that as a long signal there, then up until today, you would be up massively, because it hasn't appeared since then until Sunday, when it did appear when we were down there at 98,000. So that would have been an excellent long signal. Now, if you pop on my moving averages, if you want to see how to set these up, look at the video that's linked at the end of this video to see how to do it. This is another free indicator, and that shows these 5, 9, 21 and 55 EMAs. And on the 4-hour time frame, we saw the yellow and green cross bearish here last Tuesday. So the price has been coming down since, and it's still like that, although they are starting to turn back up now. It might make more sense to look at this on the 1-hour time frame, and indeed what we can see here is that the yellow and green, which is a really strong signal, by the way, you can see that they crossed bearish on Friday, and now they're crossing bullish as of yesterday, last night in fact. So for the moment, the price is looking good. The price looks like it's going to go up. So if the news remains good, then we could go higher. But literally, if something happens, we could come lower. I can't really say much more than that at the moment. Sorry this video is so short. I do have to nip out and do some stuff today. So I'll be offline for like 3 or 4 hours. I'll be back this afternoon. So as I say, give the video a big fat like, and above all, tell your friends.
I can't believe that Save with Crypto and MAF have chosen to make the quad rotation stochastic indicator in the United Kingdom rather than the United States. But they have clearly lost their minds, because they are not even selling this great product. They are giving it away for free.
Okay, so we all know that Save with Crypto is the best YouTube channel on the planet, but it's not financial advice, right? So please do your own research and be responsible for your own actions. That way you will find that fairy tales will come true and we'll all become billionaires.